CNET, and here are the stories that matter right now. Namecheap is the latest web hosting company to remove the daily stormer. GoDaddy, Google, and Cloudflare booted the neo-Nazi site last week after it...
Good morning, Morty. It's the 359 Morty. I'm Pickle Rick. Morty. In the podcast today,
I don't know.
we've got Alfred Morty, Ben Morty, and Dara Morty.
Jeez, Rick, I don't really know.
That was a really bad impression on my part, and I apologize, but I couldn't help myself.
I was impressed.
Yeah,
well
better
done.
than usual. Morning, guys. What's going on?
What are we doing today?
I can't see a
I'm
thing.
hosting, aren't I? Okay. I guess I'm supposed to say stuff.
Good, because Alfred's blind.
We're going to go through our initial review of the Essential Phone, $700 Android-powered phone by the father of Android. We'll get to that first. Also, the Amazon Echo Dot free giveaway that happened for a very short window on Friday. We'll talk a little bit about the technical error and whether some people actually did get their Echo Dots in the mail for free. And last up, of course, it's Eclipse Day, hence the ridiculous glasses.
I've been wearing these all day, and I haven't seen a single eclipse yet.
I'm surprised you were able to dress yourself appropriately for work then. So anyway, let's get to the podcast. Send in your questions and comments. BVG will get to as many as he can. All the best at the end of the show. Without further ado, let's podcast.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Stick around. We'll be back to join you in the chat in 3 minutes and 59 seconds from 3, 2...
Welcome to the 359. I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
I'm Alfred Eng.
And I'm Dara Kerr.
So will the Essential Phone get eclipsed? You see what I did there?
Because there's an eclipse today.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's a little pun.
So there's a new phone from Andy Rubin, no relation, the father of Android. It's $700. CNET's initial review went up a couple days ago, and it was pretty lukewarm. I mean, like the biggest strong points on this thing are its body. It's titanium, it's ceramic body. It's got these cool magnetic connectors on the back for mods, but there were a bunch of cons that were mentioned about it. For instance, laggy camera, it's not water resistant. There's also no headphone jack. I keep mentioning headphone jacks whenever we talk about phones, but
I I mean, I feel like this phone would have been incredible if it came out in 2016, but coming out now in the timing, with the Note 8 being released on Wednesday and Apple's new iPhone coming out at some point in September, and also the Pixel 2 to follow up with that, I feel like it's just really bad timing on their part. And I hate to reuse your pun, but I do feel like it's going to be eclipsed, I guess, by all these other phones that have much more hype behind them.
They did have a window of opportunity when they initially said they were going to release, I think, sometime around June or July.
They originally were going to release in May, I thought.
It was at least a couple months ago, and it's been delayed. So, unfortunately, now they just had to basically come out with something as quickly as possible before the Note 8. But it's an Android-powered phone, just like the Note 8, just like the Google Pixel 2. I mean, like, Dara, is this something that you think people are going to get excited about?
Well, personally, I hadn't heard much about the phone.
Yeah, like a lot of people have.
Yeah, and so it's hard to get excited around a phone that doesn't have a lot of hype around it.
The thing is, it's like a very insidery phone. It's also only going to be like a Sprint exclusive. You're really not going to see this in stores or anything like that. So you really have to do your homework on something like this. And I feel like anybody that does their homework, like looking up phones, is not going to get that excited about this one in general.
Yeah, it's still pretty first gen, I would agree.
Yeah.
So next up, also on Friday, for a very short window of time, Amazon was accidentally due to a technical error, giving away Echo Dots. They're usually $50. They were selling them for $0. I got one order in, and unfortunately it was canceled. It completely disappeared by Saturday. But Alfred, apparently, you actually got yours?
Yeah, I got mine.
What?
It shipped, and then they said it canceled, but then I checked the tracking order, and it was still out there, and I came home on Sunday, and there it was in my mailbox.
You lucky dog.
Yeah, so if you did get it canceled, though, they did send you a $5 discount. Or like a promotional code thing, basically saying, sorry, you thought you were getting an Echo Dot for free, but here's $5 to make up for it. So I have both that and the free Echo Dot right now.
I hate you
I have
so
my
much.
cake and I'm eating it.
They're coming for you, Alfred.
Right.
Yeah, now that I've revealed this on this very watched podcast.
I did hear from one reader over the weekend that said between her and her fiance, they got 5 free Echo Dots.
What?
They just kept putting in orders,
That's
and they
awful.
got all 5 of them.
That's
Why
like-
is that awful?
That's like the kid that grabs all the candy out of the bowl on Halloween.
Oh,
Which,
whatever.
to be fair, I also did, but...
I mean, if it's Jeff Bezos's candy bowl, yes, I'm going to take
and it's
as
just
many.
all Echo Dots.
It's all Echo Dots, definitely. Also, with the time we have left, obviously it's Eclipse Day. Wanted to get through a couple interesting points. Totality in Oregon is going to start at 1:15. I'm sorry, that's Eastern time. South Carolina, it's going to hit by 2:46 Eastern time. Hopefully, you guys have plans for the eclipse. I know we will. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Get your glasses or you'll go blind, and don't buy the fake ones from Amazon, even
Yeah.
if they're free.
Yeah.
I think it's too late for glasses at this point. You either
No,
have
they're-
them or you don't.
Supposedly they're sold out everywhere. I mean, there's been big runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. What are people doing during the eclipse?
I'm
So-
going to Google's Android O event, which is
Perfect
timed
timing.
around the eclipse, too. So
I hope you get out of there quick enough.
they're
Anyway,
having a live stream in there for it. So
Yeah.
cool.
thanks, Google.
Anyway, if you want to read more about these stories, check us out on CNET. I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
I'm Alfred Ang.
I'm Dara Kerr.
Thanks for listening.
And so, what glasses are you guys sporting here today?
Eclipse glasses, I guess?
Yeah, but where'd you get them from? What do
The
you?
Eclipser.
I got them in an Eclipse care package. Actually from Vsauce, the YouTube channel.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they
What?
sent them over
Oh,
to me.
we're gonna plug who sent us
They're
Eclipse glasses.
like a YouTuber group.
Okay,
Like
all right.
specifically, they're on YouTube.
MasterCard sent me my Eclipse glasses, so thank you, MasterCard.
But there's no brand on it. It just says Eclipse glasses.
Mine did.
After all of that.
I love MasterCard's YouTube channel. Great content.
So we're here in New York, and I think our alleged time is around what 2:30, 2:45, something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Roughly.
happening around like 2:40.
Right, but we're
Uh,
not going to get totality
No.
where we
But
are.
we're-
It's going to be around 70, 75%.
Yeah.
So we will have to wear the glasses the whole time.
That's not nothing.
That's not nothing
Yeah.
at all. So my neighbor is a doctor, and he told me that the reason it's so dangerous to stare directly at the sun during the eclipse is that the damage that happens in your eye is in the retina. Basically, the image burns into the back of your eyes, and you could potentially end up seeing like the shadow of an eclipse for the rest of your life. It gets like seared into your eye, but it's dark enough that the normal thing that happens where you can't look at the sun for very long because it's hurting your eyes too much doesn't happen.
Because it's so dark.
And so you're tricked into burning your eyes out.
Exactly. So
My grandfather tried that on me.
on you?
Yeah, he's like,
your grandfather sounds horrible.
he's like, look at the sun, it's great.
Oh, really?
Never take your
you
eyes
lasted for
off.
like a second or so. Right.
So out of curiosity, where's everybody in the chat today? Are you going to be trying to catch the eclipse, and what time does it happen for you? And what methods are you going to try to use, whether it be glasses, app, or shoebox?
Shoebox.
Because I'm going shoebox.
Oh,
Nice.
bold.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of like tweets and stories just basically like how to live stream the eclipse. And I'm just like, why are you doing that, yo? Just go outside.
Just, let's go watch it.
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
man, like there are going to be a bunch of live streams anyway on like CNN and YouTube and a bunch of places.
I mean,
I
there are
get it.
people that are probably have responsibilities that they can't
Yeah.
get away from. So
Yeah.
there's something really great
Yo,
about the streams being
have you
available.
seen all the places that
true.
are closing for like 10 minutes because of the eclipse? Like I saw photos of like McDonald's closing for like 10 minutes during the eclipse for like a once in a lifetime event.
But I need
kinda-
my Szechuan sauce.
It's true.
There's also places probably that won't
Yeah.
have, totality or anywhere near
I get it if
Mm-hmm.
you're in a place
Yeah.
where like you can't completely see it, but I just feel like it seems like super like lame if you're just like going to watch it from like a computer screen or something. You might as well just look at photos of eclipse.
Yeah, but if you can't physically be there, some of us
Yeah.
have responsibilities that don't let us
true.
walk away at any
He's-
given time.
he's
I'm just saying you
blinded
might
by
as
your
well just not.
arguments.
You
Well,
might
I'm
as
going to be
well
blinded by science.
I
Yeah.
actually don't know, Alfred, how you're even talking right now without seeing. That's difficult.
I can speak without. How can you talk if you can't see?
Nothing.
So apparently there was an eclipse when we were all a lot younger. Not Alfred; he was not yet conceived. But
Wasn't even a twinkle in his father's eye yet.
it wasn't. I don't remember it being this big of a deal, but it was so long ago. The thing that everybody was talking about was like the shoebox thing, and people were like, "Yeah, you could see it or you could not see it, whatever." It seems like it turned into like a really big thing this time. But then again, everything is made into a big thing
yeah.
these days.
But I remember like when Halley's Comet came, and that was really big thing.
Yeah,
Like
that
as
was,
big
I
as
think I
this.
was like in middle school or something like that.
Did
I
you have to
not
have your
see
Halley's Comet glasses for that?
I
No.
fell asleep, I think,
But I
before
think-
Halley's Comet.
Yeah,
showed
you
up.
had to wake up at a ridiculous time. Or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I missed it probably.
No,
But
I see
yeah,
it today.
I don't remember. I was alive. I was young, very young, but I don't remember the hype around the first eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
maybe I was too young to remember.
We got Danny Green. He's
Hey,
taking
Danny
pictures from Charlotte.
cool.
Oh, that's a good spot.
That is a good spot.
Totality.
Lucky.
Did he travel down there?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
probably.
I like this comment from Kamal. He says, it feels like there's always an eclipse in the UK. It's always bloody cloudy. I'm just really glad that we got somebody who used the bloody in an actual sentence. I didn't
Yes.
think that actually happened.
We'll try to do it a little more often.
I like bloody cloudy together.
It's the most British sentence ever.
Friggin' metal, man.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got to talk a little bit about the Essential phone, I guess, a little bit more.
Sure.
Perry Williams says, I like mods. Looking forward to seeing what they bring out for it. I have the Moto Play Z and love it.
Okay.
How's
I
it
mean,
going to
like,
stack up side by side with that then?
I think it's a better build. You know, this is like titanium ceramic. They're trying to really show this thing off as like a really impressive flagship piece. I don't think that the Moto Z is that much cheaper though, but that's really the big play for them. This is also with the mods. Like apparently the magnetic connections are, it's a nice solid tight fit. So I think people are really going to like that when they do try it out.
That and if Andy Rubin's telling the truth of like what he's promoting for this, it's that he doesn't want this to be like the iPhone or the Samsung like Galaxy phones where it's like you get a new one every year. He kind of wants this to be like a 2-3 year kind of thing, which was always my problem with mods where if there's a new phone coming out every year, who's to say these mods are compatible with like the next ones? If
That's
he's
true.
hoping for this to be like a phone that you have for like 3-4 years, then like I'm assuming the mods would also be upgraded as it goes on.
Yeah, definitely. I I think the thing is that as our review mentions, and it's still an initial review, but I think this could probably use another year to bake. Ultimately, I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
I know. Stop talking, Ben.
All right,
I'm just gonna eat my moon pie. Brought to you by Moon Pies.
back into the chat for a couple more questions about the eclipse. Josh Boyda asks, is it okay to take a picture with your phone with no solar filter over the lens?
Okay, I know we have that answer somewhere on CNET. I'm sorry that I'm not prepared to answer that
I'm
question.
just gonna say
So-
I take a lot of pictures of the sun straight on, and it's fine.
Yeah, so basically I saw a video earlier today, but this wasn't the phone. This was like an actual camera lens, and that will like melt like the inside of your camera. 'Cause it's
Really?
basically like the whole like magnifying glass
Yeah,
on like an ant
yeah,
thing.
yeah, the mirror.
It's basically that, because that's what your camera lenses are.
Right, but that's a camera.
Yeah.
That's not a smartphone. A smartphone
Yeah.
is mirrorless.
I
so
really shoot into the sun all the time. I take a lot of pictures.
whatever you're doing,
Hobby. Yeah.
you're better off using something digital rather than traditional mirrored actual camera. Sorry, I'm stuttering here like an idiot. Either way, in the description of the show, we're going to put some links for other optional ways. If you have any second thoughts or worries that you're going to hurt your equipment or yourself, we'll put a bunch of links in the bottom to help you find a method to actually get out there and see it in some fashion. What do you got, Ben?
James Cipriani has a story on CNET, how to photograph the eclipse with your phone. I would recommend checking it out. He's got a lot of useful tips there. So thank you very much for the question.
You can put the glasses on top of your phone lens.
That is one idea.
Okay.
It'd
It's
be
like,
really dark.
It's one of these.
Could work.
DJ Knight bringing back the old school style. Best name we've ever had in the chat, hands down. It's
That's the whole name?
That's his name.
I literally thought you
great
were saying he was.
He says, is something bad going to happen when the eclipse happens? I heard the lights will go out and we're not going to be able to make our hot food. It was this,
What?
I
Sounds very superstitious.
I think the eclipse.
1999
I like
all
that,
over
though.
again.
I think
The
the eclipse.
Y2K?
Yeah.
I think the eclipse goes by Jumanji rules, where if you die in the eclipse, you die in real life.
That's Alfred.
Isn't that Matrix rules?
Jumanji rules?
Jumanji? You
That
mean
happens
like
in
a
Jumanji
hippopotamus?
too.
Also-
Like if you
show
die in the
up?
game, you die in real life.
We're
Nobody-
not entering like a wormhole.
Nobody
today.
watched
What?
Jumanji 2.
Shout out to Natty West. He's watching the eclipse from Trinidad and Tobago, all the way on Trinidad and Tobago. You might be our first listener from there, so cheers. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, definitely.
And then lastly, I just kind of wanted to say, like, good on Amazon before we wrap it up for the day, because we are running out of time. But just to circle back one more time to the Amazon Echo Dot for, like, keeping good on their word.
What do you
They
mean
sold
keeping
it to-
good on their word? They
They
canceled
screwed
all
up.
of them.
They didn't cancel all of them. You're sitting on one right now.
Okay,
Wait a
but
minute,
they
wait a
can't. They
minute.
sent me a notice saying that it was canceled. The only reason why I have it is because they couldn't contact the USPS in time to return it.
But they could probably have gone through some kind of weird legal channel and demanded it back or whatever.
For
That-
$50?
that may
No.
happen.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, they ate a lot of crow on this one. I think that's kind of cool.
Ben was
Yeah.
basically saying like this was like one of the incidents where like Amazon's fast efficiency actually like ended up backfiring on them.
Yes, I was just about to say
Yeah.
that. Exactly. For the people that actually were smart enough to do single day and same day shipping, they're the ones that were more
Oh.
likely to get it because they just went out of the warehouses too fast for Amazon
Yeah, it
to
came.
stop them.
That's the only reason why I even have it is because it came too fast for them to stop.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take the $5 promo credit. That's fine. I did hear from one other reader that said he was on the phone with Amazon for a whole hour to get a $10 promo credit.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think it's worth your time to do that, but I will say if you do call to complain, maybe you'll get a little
I
bit
saw
of
somebody on
something
Twitter
extra.
that kept tweeting at them saying like, "How dare you cancel my order? That was a mistake." Like, you're not winning this argument, man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being an opportunist
Yes.
and taking advantage of it, but I mean, that could have gone way, way worse, I feel.
Yeah, I even when it was happening on Friday, we knew it was a mistake, or I had a very strong suspicion that it was a mistake because you didn't actually find out that there was a promo to basically wipe away the entire cost of the thing until you were ready to press
Yeah.
purchase.
You had
was
to
at
add
the
it to your
very
cart.
end. Yeah, it was the very
Oh.
end of the purchase process.
So,
I think it's cool they're giving the $5 too. You know,
Yeah,
like we messed up. Here's this.
I'll get you something
For your
nice for
tears.
$5.
Yeah.
for your tears.
All right, so before we wrap it up, I got one more Essential Phone question from Tasmay. He says, hello from India. Which more extensions, what other extensions can be supported on the Essential Phone? And to my knowledge, right now, we just have 360s.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
But
the
is there
360 camera is
any
the
conversation or speculation about what still is forthcoming?
I hope there's a magnetic headphone jack.
So
Seriously,
the
though.
360
Damn it.
camera is the first one that's ready out of the gate, but there are I don't know how much they're talking about some of the other ones, but the expectation is that there are going to be more to come. The other thing to look for from Essential is I think it's called the Essential Home, which is going to be similar to an Echo or a Google Home, where it's going to be kind of like a smart speaker that resides in your house and helps operate all your smart home appliances and stuff like that. So look for that, I think, sometime later this year or next year.
One more shout out to Pamela, who's also from Trinidad and Tobago. That's awesome.
Wow.
I love that we have such a great global audience. And then one more to close it out. Oh, wait, no. Shout out to Eric. He says, Easy Bake Oven extension.
That'd be incredible.
I would have to buy that phone.
Yeah.
I need that. I need that in my life. But Stephen Kai asks, today, Essential Phone event in New York City. Where is it going to be? Can we get that information
I
away?
didn't know there was an Essential Phone event in New York City.
Me neither.
I was going.
You're going to the
I'm going
Android.
I'm going to an
Maybe
Android.
that's
Demo
different.
event in New
About
York
that.
City.
That might have been confusion on his
Yeah.
part. So, but we don't know of any events coming down the chain either.
Yeah.
But
Can you talk
anyway.
about the Android O event, though? A little bit more
Yeah, they're
detail?
hosting it during the eclipse, which is totally cool because I want to be working during a once in a lifetime event.
It's
but-
Google though. They're gonna make it cool.
Yeah, so they're
The
announcing
building will like.
they're
open
announcing
that.
the new version, the name of the new version of the next version of Android.
which we're all expecting to be Oreo.
It's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Oreo. Like they're doing it during the eclipse. Come on. But we already know about a lot of the features that's going to be available for Android.
They've been
We've
talking about
seen
them.
it during Google I/O. Most of it's like improving your battery life. Cool things like the goggle stuff where you can like scan your Wi-Fi code.
Google Lens.
Yeah. No, I thought they called it. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's based off of goggles. Sorry. But yeah, just like all these like new features that they're adding to it that we already kind of know about. Now it's just mostly what's the name and when are we going to be able to get it? Because it's only been available in developers beta for some time now.
Yeah.
And they're also this is the first time they're doing this outside of their headquarters in Mountain View, California, in the United States.
Bring us back some snacks.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there'll be Oreo though, but
I would eat those.
Yeah,
it's either
me
that
too.
or they're like heavily trolling everybody, which I have seen them doing on Twitter, where one of their senior vice presidents was just tweeting out all these other like desserts that started with O's,
Like what?
one.
oatmeal cookie and olive oil and all this stuff. It's not a dessert.
Oatmeal
I love that
cookie-
dessert.
Oatmeal cookie does not roll off the tongue, but I guess it's possible.
That's why I'm saying they're like trolling everybody.
Yeah.
Also, even in the developers beta when it was available, like it boots up with an icon of like an octopus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're really messing with people.
I know we were trying to wrap it up. We got a couple of good questions rolling back in.
Yeah.
Is there
I got
going to
10.
be a live stream of that Android event?
I am actually still looking into that because some of my coworkers wanted to look at that too instead of the eclipse. So
That's sad.
I'm looking
Fun
into that
nerds.
myself.
Yeah.
I believe it should be live stream, but I'm not like 100% sure on that.
All right, and a couple more wish lists for the Essential Phone. I said
For the mods.
Yeah, Maniac says what we need is a wide-angle second camera on the phone that's not an LG and has a 6 or 8 gigabyte RAM.
That just sounds like a wish list for an entirely new phone.
More or
Sounds
less.
Awesome though.
But Eric jumps
Yeah.
on that train and says, "Can we get an Echo Dot extension for the Essential Phone? Just like plop it on top."
Ooh, I love that.
There's like a
idea.
voice assistant.
Really, you
on
want to
top.
carry it around that in your pocket?
Why would you? It's a voice assistant on top of your voice assistant.
I would do it if I could get an Echo Dot.
'Cause you don't have to hit
for
the button.
free. If it was a free Echo Dot, sure. Then I'd be fine with it.
Imagine if it was portable and you could just walk around with it all day, always listening without
the
having to hit
Echo
the
Dot?
button. Yeah.
That will happen one
That
day.
Yeah,
sounds-
they'll put it in like
quite
a stick or
sure of
something.
that.
Sounds
It will
horrible.
be
I mean,
implantable.
Oh god.
All right. On that
Anyway.
note, we are out of time. We do have to get going.
All right.
Bring
I
us
guess-
home, Ben.
All right. Uh-oh. The thing is gone.
It's
there
over
it
there.
is. Fine.
270
do it.
episodes and you haven't memorized what the outgoing script is.
I'll go blind. It's fine. The 359 podcast is available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FeedBurner, and Google Play Music. And of course,
It's on CNET.com, baby.
CNET.com. Thanks everybody for watching. Enjoy the eclipse.
Later.
Bye.